Hi everyone, my name is Vidal. I'm uh, a grandson, and just gonna say a few words of what I remember of my grandpa and all the years that we had together. So we're all here to honor a man who's meant so much to so many people. My grandfather was the backbone of our family, our guide, our protector, our biggest supporter. He had a way of making each of us feel seen and deeply loved, and there were a lot of us, so he really found a way to connect with each of us. He showed us love in countless ways, through big gestures and small ones, through his strength, just through his presence, and the way he looked out for each of us. He held our family together during the hardest times, and as you guys heard, led us to a better life in America, and taught us what it meant to really just stand up for ourselves. No matter what life threw at him, and there was a lot, he never let it break him. And somehow, we all learned to do the same. More than anything, Grandpa found his joy, and he wanted us to find our joy. To embrace life fully and never take the good moments for granted. He showed us how to work hard, but how to laugh, how to celebrate, and how to love one another. And of course, there's no way we can talk about Grandpa without talking about his undeniable style. I mean, it's clear right here, right? Grandpa had a signature look. We all knew what his favorite store was. Anyone want to shout out? What was Grandpa's favorite store? Goodwill. We knew what his store was, and the place he couldn't resist popping in and out of several times a day. But it wasn't even just a hobby for him. It was kind of a sport. And it was a sport that he always played to win. Anytime he got a new jacket, or a pair of jeans, or some vintage belt he was particularly proud of, he'd walk in with that same little smirk and hit us with the same game every time. How much do you think this cost me? $4.99? $9.99? It didn't matter what we guessed, because we were always off. Because somehow Dad always had a way of finding gold for just $2. And he loved telling us over and over again. But the best part was each time, Dad would grab stuff for himself, but it wasn't just for himself. I can't count the number of times he handed off a jacket to my dad, a pair of shoes to my uncles, and he was particularly good at finding these nice silk shirts for me. He wasn't just shopping for himself, of course, he was curating this collection for all of us. And somehow, he knew exactly what would fit, what would look good on each of us, and what would bring us joy. That was Grandpa. He was thoughtful, he took time to really know us, and he was generous. He was always looking out for us. He shared more than just clothes, of course. He shared his photo albums that he was kind of famous for. That's the reason we're able to have all these photos. If you go to Ye's house, there's just piles and piles of albums that he's curated over his life that tell the story of our family, that tell his story, and that tells the story of who we are. With these memories, he also shared his time, his warmth, and this love that we're all able to count on. You only need to look at another one of his passions to understand the man he was. Just picture him in front of that garden, in front of Intouch's house. No matter the season, he'd be out there, pruning, planting, always tending to the patch in front of that house. And I want to say any patch in front of any house, right? Like even back in Tequila, no matter how small it was, Dad would find a way to garden it. And I think as we all grew up and spread out, he had a hand in helping us garden all our houses. And of course, I'm not just talking about plants. I think for him, it wasn't just the plants. For him, it was creating something calm and beautiful. No matter what was going on in the world, and there was, like I said, a lot, even in the middle of winter, he'd be out there prepping the soil, trusting that spring would come. That's how Dad lived. He was prepared, he was steady, and he always believed that even in the most challenging conditions, there would be beauty and growth. He was a proud gardener for sure, but more than anything, he was a proud father, a proud grandfather, and a proud great-grandfather. He made sure we knew he was proud of us, and he made sure everyone knew he was proud of us as well. I think that's something we'll carry with us forever. We're going to miss him more than words can say, but we'll honor him by continuing to take care of each other, by finding strength in family, and by living with the warmth and love that he gave us. Thank you.